Welcome, my name is Ferdi. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to connect to the virtual hacking labs using the Openfortivpn client. The Openfortivpn client has been installed for you by default on the downloadable VMware and VirtualBox images. So I suggest you use these instead of compiling and building and installing the Openfortivpn client yourself. So when you've started the image, the virtual machine, then open a new terminal session and enter the following command, Openfortivpn. And this prints out the usage instructions for Openfortivpn client. Of course, we need to execute the binary. We need to specify a host, a port, the username and the password have been supplied in the confirmation email you received after subscribing to the virtual hacking labs. And we also need to add a trusted certificate. We can start the VPN connection from the command line using this command, but another way is to specify these details in the Openfortivpn config file. When we specify the connection details there, we only need to issue Openfortivpn on the command line to make a connection. It's easier, it's faster, so I suggest you edit the config file. Let's do that now. Nano etc Openfortivpn config, there it is. This is the config file. We're going to edit it and specify the necessary details. We need to specify a host, of course, a host to connect to. This will be vpn.virtualhackinglabs.com in your situation. For this video I'm going to use a little different host. It doesn't matter, just enter the host from the confirmation email here. We need to specify a port. It will always be port 443. And here you need to specify your username and password from the confirmation email. Then we hit Ctrl X. We save the buffer config, yes. Let's launch Openfortivpn client again. Press enter. Oh, it prints out an expected error. As I mentioned earlier, we also need to specify the trusted certificate, and we're going to use this, copy this line to our config file. This series of characters will look different on your screen, on your error, because this is still the default for FortiGate certificate installed. It doesn't matter, just we copy this to our Openfortivpn config file, enter, and then we paste the trusted certificate here, and we hit Ctrl X again and save the changes. And let's see if we can connect to the virtual hacking labs. And there it is. Perfect. Authenticated. We got an email address. The routes have been set. Let's test the VPN connection by issuing an nmap scan on a lab host 10.11.1.2. Perfect. Perfect. It's working. If you want to close the connection to the virtual hacking labs, just enter this tab where you've initiated the connection and hit Ctrl C, and then it's taking down the interface, restoring your original routes and VPN name servers, and here it mentions that we're logged out and the connection to the gateway has been closed. If we want to connect to the labs again, we just hit Openfortivpn, and that's it, we're connected.